Hey, Bring a Trailer. So we are here with my 2004 4Runner limited V8 4x4. It is black, all original. All the maintenance, as you can see on the Carfax report, if you're looking at this ad, was performed at, I believe, the exact same Toyota dealer for its whole life up until I purchased it a couple of months ago. I did buy this from the original owner. It has 61,000, I believe 790 miles on it as of the drive here. We are here today to shoot photos of the car for the Bring a Trailer ad, and I am just waiting on the photographer to show up. Besides that, a little bit of info about the car. Obviously, every single maintenance, oil change, tire rotation, new tires, anything like that was performed at Toyota by Alexandria Toyota, I believe is the name of it on the Carfax. If you have any questions, obviously I can try to answer them to best of my knowledge. There's no physical receipts, it's just what's on the ad. Or sorry, on the Carfax. It's my bad. Besides that, the mileage is all correct. The car is registered into my name. It did pass California smog about 3-4 weeks ago now. Since I have owned it, has not needed anything but a full paint correction. So I had one of my local amazing paint correctors. His name is Mel Craig. If you're in the paint correcting world, you may have heard his name. He is pretty famous in that world. It has also been ceramic coated with Revivify coating. It's pretty rad. It's kind of like a self-healing coating, but it was ceramic coated at Mel's shop. This is about 2 weeks ago. As you can see, the paint is like glass. But now, you know, the worst part about the car, I'll go ahead and get straight to it. I don't want to leave you guys in suspense. It does have some surface rust underneath it. I'm not trying to hide it. I haven't painted anything, nothing like that. It has some. It was an East Coast car. The undercarriage panel, which you'll see right here. I'm trying to do all this in one film as well, so excuse if it takes me a second to get the camera lined up. The undercarriage panel definitely shows a little rusting through. The frame and everything else looks to be pretty well just surface rust. I could not find anything that looked like it was, you know, actual rusting through. All the ball joints, axles, lower control arms are fairly new. The original owner had those replaced. Again, the brakes are new, front and rear pads. Tires are brand new. Tires were done, I believe, like less than 2,000 miles ago. Yokohamas, you can see they look pretty darn perfect. I'm gonna kind of bend the camera angle here and stick you guys inside here so you can see all the nooks and crannies. We did not do an undercarriage wash. I did not clean anything. There's no oil leaks. The motor does have a little oxidization on it. Oxidization, however you say it. I'll pop the hood here in a second and let you see that. All right, now I'm gonna bend you back, put you back underneath the car. As you can see, again, some surface rust on bolts, various things. Nothing too crazy. The rear axle has some surface rust on it. All the tire pressure sensors work. It did get a low tire pressure sensor about 4 days ago, and it was the spare tire, which if you've ever owned a 4th gen 4Runner, you know that you got to keep the spare tire full of air, or else you will get a tire pressure sensor light. Resurfaced rotor, as you can see in there. The wheels are in really good shape. They kept very good care of this car. All right, pan under here. I do have an extra harness for the trailer lighting. It has the main plug for towing, but it came with an extra harness for additional lighting. I did talk to a local dry icing shop to see about what they charge to, you know, remove surface rust, in case anybody asks. It's about 200 bucks an hour from what I've seen and from what I've heard. I've called 3 different places around Orange County here where I live in California. If you do live in Southern California and you want to bid on the car and you want to see it beforehand, you can always hit me up too. I live in Huntington Beach. Besides that, yeah, 200 bucks an hour for the dry icing. So if it's something you want to do or work out, I can totally work with you on that. Obviously no check engine lights, as it did just pass smog. The frame itself is perfect. There's been no accidents. There's been no repainting of panels. Obviously, it is an 18-year-old car. There's some nooks and crannies that are pretty dirty. There's a couple of nicks like on the hood and a couple of places, but nothing of major proportion. Also, if the video is not good enough, you can always check out all the photos that we're about to shoot. All right, just kind of letting you guys see all around the car. You know, a couple little nicks like right on the wheel well. Front bumper looks fantastic. The little bit of nicks and everything came right out with the paint correction. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. I do have the floor mats. They are in the back of the car right now. So as you can see, the struts are very, very nice. No falling down, nothing like that. We do have an odometer reading for timing belt maintenance record at 50K with the water pump. 17, I believe, is the year it was done at 50K miles. Or yeah, 01/11/17 is when the timing belt and the water pump were replaced. Battery looks fairly new from AAA. Again, anything done in here was the original owner. I will be performing an oil change prior to the sale, just because I'm OCD and I like to change oil in my cars very often, and I want the new owner to be thrilled. So I'll be going to Huntington Beach Toyota to get the oil change, so you will see that on the Carfax either during or after the ad, but I will be going to do that. Radiators perfect, oil cooler, horn, all the lighting works, headlights are good, no cracks, no leaks, no moisture. All the seals are in such good condition. This was garage kept. I think the salt underneath is just from them having to drive it. You can see there, one VIN, front driver's side fender. It's kind of hard to see the VIN in the window there, but you can definitely make it out. It's one of those things on camera, it might be harder. Another VIN right there. I believe there's one on the hood. Boom, boom, boom. We got inside the door, VIN number 3 or 4, and VIN number 5. Let's see if the trunk has one. I believe the trunk does have one. Where would it be? Where would it be? Right there. 6. We'll get to the inside here in a second. So clean inside. 7 and 8. And then they all match up. Try to see how you can see it. That one. But yeah, it runs like a top. I've put probably like 300 miles on it since I bought it. Yes, I bought it to flip it. I got a fairly decent deal, but I bought it to keep. And then as soon as it got here, I realized how perfect it was. I already have an 04 4Runner V8 SR5 that my girlfriend and I own, and that's our daily driver. And if you haven't ever owned one, they are the best. I told her that no matter what, we will always have a 4th generation 4Runner in our vehicle lineup. But there's no need for 2, as I just purchased a house in Tennessee where I'm originally from, and we are going to be moving there maybe in the next like 6 to 8 months. So we're just trying to get all our ducks in order before making the move back across the country to Tennessee. So that's the reason why as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, we could sell ours because it has like 180,000 miles, and then we'll keep this one. But when I saw how perfect it is, we have dogs, I don't want to ruin it, and I would rather sell it to like a collector or someone who is really going to keep it pristine. But here's a little inside view. Again, if you guys have questions, you ladies have questions, anyone who's bidding, hit me up. I know as much as the Carfax, but that's really about it, besides, you know, what's visually on the car. Or if there's something you want to see that I might not cover, you can always hit me up that way, and I'll take care of you as well as I can. Obviously, it does have floor mats. They're just in the rear. Everything works, all the fun stuff. This comes down here. Even these things are in perfect shape. I mean, literally, my friend who helped me with the detail said he doesn't think that anybody ever sat in the rear of this car. I'll show you inside the gas cap too. No rust. Japanese, so awesome. Gotta love the Japanese. There's the floor mats and the trunk mat. Cigarette lighter there. If you don't know, they do come with a cigarette lighter in the back. I'll try to do this one-handed. The jack and the tools are in there. And then all of these work perfectly. Everything here. Sound system. Some of them, if you didn't know, came with a mirror right here on both sides, and that was the early 2000s backup camera. My SR5 actually has that. Tow package. You can see here, all of this is really clean. I'll show you the roof in the back. Super clean. Everything works. Turn it to doors so that opens up. Move over to this side. Trying not to get fingerprints all over it before the gentleman gets here to shoot photos. Passenger side. We did a full dash detail. We blew some steam into all the air conditioning vents. Even the shift knob's perfect. The steering wheel has a little wear right there on the bottom, but the rest of it is in almost flawless shape. The four-wheel drive high and low button, even on ours it's like a little worn. On this one it is so sticky, so it's like so new. Even the vents, like the vents, you gotta like kind of put some force to move them. You got this thing right here, it's like still so tight, like it doesn't even want to come down all the way. This it still works perfect. This thing folds out if you didn't know. Everything perfect there, perfect there. Seat warmers still work flawlessly. I found that out. Wondering why my butt and back were on fire. Ours doesn't have that, so I'm not very used to it. But yeah, I mean, the surface rust underneath it, it's pretty much the only, what I would say, negative of the whole car. The alignment was just done, so it's perfect. Tire pressure holds strong at 40 on all tires. Seat belt lights, everything works. I checked as well as I could. I mean, I've driven, you know, with and without seatbelt on, so everything like that works. So there's no hidden lights. Your like downhill assistance works great. The roof rack, oh yeah, I'll show you guys the roof. Roof rack, sunroof, everything works. Rear window, love the rear window in these cars. If you didn't know, the rear window actually comes down on the key in these cars. So if you take the key, you can't go up with it, but I believe if you hold it down, it comes down. So it's kind of rad. So you can be like in the house and roll the rear window down, let some of the hot air out. I live near the beach, so it's not too hot all the time. But the other, let's see, 4Runner secrets that any bidders may want to know that I might know offhand. I think that's it, just the rear window. Also, it has the Toyota first aid kit. There's the smog, the wheel lock, and then all the original books and paperwork and owner's manuals and service manuals, and everything is in the glove compartment, which we'll have some photos of. Sound system works great, the original radio. But yeah, besides that, I know it's a really long single video. We're coming up on 18 minutes, but for what these cars have kind of been selling for, it's worth your time skimming through the video. Again, reach out with any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Besides that, good luck bidding, and thank you guys for checking out my 4Runner and my ad. And I really appreciate all the comments I'm sure I'll be receiving on it. And I'm not trying to hide anything like that one that just sold at 10,000 miles. I saw they like painted some stuff, and yeah, you don't want to do that, you know, like somebody's buying this car, they just want to know what they're getting into. And I'll do my best to showcase that and be honest as possible. Thank you guys so much. Catch you later.